Greetings, everybody. It is Saturday morning, March 22nd at this end, and has been a while since we've done one of these. So it is time, especially with the launch of the 11th Jellie Trading Team on Monday evening. A welcome to certainly everybody who will be involved in that effort. And as we have tried to do over the years since we've launched the Jellie Trader training program, we've tried to actually include the broader trading audience in terms of things that we're looking at, reinforcement ideas, concepts for you to think about, so that this is a win-win for everybody, even if you're not able to participate in part of the team. So this is the 11th time we've done this. If you recall, we started this back in 2009 as a way to try to give back to the trader training industry. I had been and continue to be highly critical of trader education. I don't think there is enough of it. There is certainly a lot to be said for experience. But I decided one day, a few years ago, rather than complain about education, to try to do something about it. And while it is not perfect, it is the best way I know that I can try to certainly get my thoughts across in terms of having an extended time together during live market action, making it real and without fluff. So that continues to be our mission, and a welcome to the group. We have 10 folks that will be joining us on Monday. As I've long said, I am not interested in mass marketing or piling people into a room. I could probably have 100 people in these sorts of things, but I do not advertise aside from the blog, and that leaves us with a dedicated team of folks that really want to do this for the right reasons, understand what it's about and what it's not about, and provides enough of an individual setting, if you will, so that we have some very in-depth discussions, and that is the way I will continue to do these. I'm not interested in making a ton of money off of this. I certainly earn something for the teaching aspect, but my goal in life is not to see who has all the marbles at the end of this game. And speaking of which, I wanted to follow up a little bit on the recent few posts that I've made in terms of my goals and my excitement and my enthusiasm, and I wanted to make sure that everything was in the right perspective. And I'll say this, and hopefully this is not new news for you folks. But my number one goal in life is not to end up with the most marbles, if you will. The $10 million goal out there is not again, let's see who has all the chips when this thing ends, because that's not what this is about. It is intended certainly to provide an aggressive target out there, to continue to keep me motivated in terms of enthusiasm and in terms of being serious about this. But it is not my number one goal in life, nor is it even close, especially as I have entered my mid-50s and have been involved in many more important, far more important things than trading, than any business on the spiritual side of life, and continue to be very active in those fronts. And that is what is, frankly, most important to me. I would rather see people grow closer to God, frankly, than I would having them become better traders. If they can do both, wonderful. But having said that, this week will all be about trader education, and it is an effort that I take very seriously, and so that is the intent of the upcoming week. But I wanted to put my goals in perspective for everybody. Again, I believe that we earn money that allows us to do certain things over the course of our life. If you've read the book, you should know this in spades. I think I end the book with something like saying, make sure that you stay closer to your family and friends, far closer than your bank account, because that's what life is all about. And if I have painted any other picture over the years, please, let's set that stage right. As I see ourselves working on the Emmaus and the Alpha fronts, it is just so clear to me what the priority in life is. But you need a carrot out there, so having some fun with that. I have not really talked a whole lot over the past couple of months, and really over the last month in the blog, other than to say that I am very excited about the passion returning. I will say this about being a trader. It is sort of about the last person standing. You, as with any serious endeavor in life, if you're pursuing this endeavor, and this is for the jellies as much as for everybody, you will find that you will have daggers thrown at you. You will be tested beyond that which you ever think you will be tested. In my case, it was certainly the beginning challenges. It was the not really understanding the business. It was having the incorrect cost structures. It was the MF Global debacle. It was John Corzine thievery in terms of our assets. It was a loss for passion. It was a burnout. It was a market flash crash. It was this and it was that. Okay. I am still here. I am still alive, breathing, kicking, and again, excited about this. You will all go through these phases. Hopefully not to the extent necessarily that I have, but if I've gone through them for a reason, and that is to share with you folks that you have to plan for the unexpected, right? You have to be able to be willing to have the fortitude and the strength to go through these periods. Okay. I have, again, as I've talked in the book, it's because of strength aside from my own. It's the strength of my family and my friends and the strength of God, and I make no bones about that. It always will be. All right. Any level of success that I achieve in this business is not through my own efforts. When I get out of my own way, things tend to go well. And when I am motivated and focused in the right mindset, in the right spirit. So having said that, I'll share with you a little bit in terms of how I've been doing over the past month or so since my passion has been reignited. And you see here a graph basically of my performance compared to the S&P 500. It is real, it is documented, as is everything in the book, and as is everything that I've ever presented to you folks. I share this not to say, look how good Don is, all right? I share this to reinforce the fact that this business is doable when you are serious about it and you're committed about it and you have figured it out, okay? Once you have figured this business out and have figured yourself out, then this is what is possible, and it's real. So my case over the past couple of years, as I've mentioned a lot, has always been about focus, motivation, and simply just showing up. I am not pleased with this. I'm not pleased with this at all because there were several mornings over the course of the last month that I decided to sleep in, or I just didn't have the energy to get up, and I missed opportunity. I missed fishing when the fish are biting, and that's something that bothers me to no end. I'm aggravated about it, and I need to tighten that part of my game up, all right? This may look good, okay, and it provides a foundation, but it's not good enough because there's far too many slips and there's far too much laziness, if you will, in terms of my own trading. I'm still not pleased. Now, having said that, that's the fire in the belly that you need in this business. And has it been a while since I've had that fire in the belly? Absolutely. I've talked about it. You've seen in recent posts, I'm talking about soaring with the Eagles now, realizing who I am. I've come through some storms. I'm still standing with all of my assets. I am back above where my MF Global debacle ended. And you know, God knows what's in store for the future. So I want to share this passion. I want to continue to share this passion and continue to share what I know about this business with you folks, both in the Jellie program and outside the Jellie program. The market right now is incredibly fertile. There are opportunities everywhere, whether you are a swing trader, multiple day trader, intraday trader, there is something for everybody. And if you understand the mechanics of the market, there are profits to be carved out. Okay. Now, I recently viewed a blog video or excerpt, if you will, of someone who was basically showing that he hit a home run or two in his trading. And I commend him. I congratulate him. I know him very, very well, and I love him to death. And that is certainly one way to approach this business, going for the home runs, going for the outliers, if you will. Very key, and that's what we're going to focus on, the outlier piece of this next week. Having said that, though, I want to make consistent income every day. Okay. That's my goal. That's what I want to teach. You're going to have the home runs occasionally, but the reason that you can see something like this is that you see, you know, certainly that not all days are winners, but you see by and large that your equity curve rises and you are always putting more blocks on your igloo than you are taking off, if you will. And that's what this business is about. That's the business of providing liquidity in the marketplace. That's the business of short-term taking advantage of short-term market inefficiencies, which are always going to be there. You just have to be there. You have to be energized. You have to be focused and motivated and take those. But this is what the business is all about. Home runs, they're wonderful. They're great. Great fishing stories, okay? I've had a few home runs in my life. I get that, okay? But I want consistent income. I want day after day after day of adapting to whatever the market is doing, not waiting for the big trend, waiting for the big move, okay? I want to have confidence I can make money every day. And so those are the traders that I cater to, keeping in mind that you still need that outlier concept. So I want to reinforce that this concept of outliers, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Okay, if you're always going for the home runs, you're going to have a ton of strikeouts. You just have to make sure that those home runs counter a lot of slippage and cost in terms of the strikeouts. At the same time, if you're going after singles and doubles, you're going to find yourself hitting an occasional home run, and that's the style of trading that I want to teach. That's the style of trading that applies to me. Okay, I'm very, very excited about this new group. I certainly thank everybody who has been through the earlier programs. You have taught me. I continue to learn. When you stop learning in this business, you're going to stop growing and you stop being an effective trader. I continue to learn every single year. Every single team has taught me something. I very, very much look forward to working with the incoming group. We're going to meet together Monday evening, and then live during the market Tuesday through Friday. You know, in terms of other thoughts at this point in time, again, I continue to see the interesting parallels between life and trading. I talked about them in the book. I've talked about them on the blog for years. And I think as you are tested in life, as you are tested in the markets, that develops a callousing of sorts. I was thinking on my way in this morning that I can't believe, here we go, I can't believe there's going to be something that happens to me in the market that has not already happened to me. I mean, there's got to be something. I mean, think about it. Flash crash, okay? MF Global, okay? All the rookie mistakes and the ineffective cost structures and the brain cramps and the sleeping in and the not sleeping in and the fear factor at certain points and the motivation and the death of family members and serious illness, both personally and with family, and on and on and on it goes, okay? Welcome to life, okay? But there is a strength of fortitude that is developed and hardened during these times that you need to have in this business. You need to be assertive and aggressive, but you need to have this fortitude about you. You need to equip yourself with the armor. Okay? When you think about it, every single time you enter a trade, there is somebody on the other side of that trade telling you that you shouldn't make that trade. And by the way, if anyone's critical of my blog, my teaching, my programs, or whatever, all right, that doesn't bother me in the least as long as my intent is true, because keep in mind, every time I make a trade, and I've made hundreds of thousands of trading entries, literally, there is always somebody on the other side of that trade saying, you're wrong. You are dead wrong because I'm going to be on the other side of that trade. If you're buying, I'm selling to you. If you're selling, I'm buying from you. Okay? Think of that. So when people start questioning me on gee, you know, he's kind of gone back to the dark side of teaching, does that bother me? No, because I know the intent is true, and you know, people disagreeing with me is what my life is based on in terms of trading. Every transaction I enter into, somebody is disagreeing with me, and think about that. So you have to go against the flow. You have to go against the flow in trading and in life at that very moment where the wholesale opportunity is evident. Okay, certainly, you know, ride the current of the trend and all that sort of thing. But you have to, at that very moment you make a trade, be going against that immediate flow. You just have to. And you know, whether that's happening in trading or in life. Okay, the whole concept about egos that I've talked about recently, all right? You're going to find yourself, as you mature as a trader and as a human being, and I say this with all due humility and all due respect, you're going to find yourself flying above others. Okay? Please, if you find yourself in that situation, know what that is. Be humble with it. Maintain your sense of humility, but be strong. Okay? Be strong, because you are not chickens running around the coop. Okay? You are eagles. And if you've got a problem, if anyone has a problem with eagles soaring, then they're going to continue scampering around the barnyard, pecking and pecking and pecking, right? And griping and griping and griping. If you're serious about this business and you want to soar with eagles, you can fly. You can fly as an eagle, okay? But remember who you are, and it's going to take a while to get there. Okay? Separate yourself from the mass. You're going to have a lot of detractors in trading and in life. You're going to have a lot of detractors. Separate yourself. Look to wisdom, okay? Education in this business, again, is paramount. If you don't get it from me, get it from somewhere. Get it from a substantive place. This is not about Don's educational course. This is about finding that foundation that can take you. I've learned too much through experience. Experience is a necessary teacher. I've learned too much from that. It's been too costly not to go through something like this. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but I'm excited. I'm excited about the potential, and I'm excited about trying to kickstart people in their lives. Take the trading hat off for a second. As I've said in the book, that book was as much to be a book about life as it was about trading. Okay, I got a guy who wrote me recently that talked about, you got a kick out of the first part of that book that basically, went through my teenage years and all the struggle of shooting in the wrong basket, getting a rebound, shooting again, finally making it, right? There's a time to persevere and a time not to persevere. Okay, when you're shooting in the wrong basket, you don't want to keep doing it. But how many people, by the way, in trading keep shooting in the wrong basket and keep doing it over and over again, right? Anyway, a guy wrote me, told me he went through the same thing. He was laughing when he was reading it. So I'm glad it helped somebody. Okay, but please, above all, make a difference in this world. I don't care what you do. Trading may not be your thing. Not all jellies are successful. Not all jellies are going to be successful. I'd be kidding anyone by saying that. All I can do is provide the best foundation possible, and it's basically what you do with it that counts. So to everybody, make the most of life. Make the most, as I say in the book, of that window of opportunity that God gives you. Okay? Find the inner strength. Okay? Find the strength from outside of you. Get out of your own way and let it happen. Okay? Thoughts as we enter the upcoming week. God bless you. Have a great trading week, and we'll continue to keep you up to date on how the team does. Take care.